Hi fellow birdies, and welcome back to
another edition of SongByrd's Eating Show.
In today's video, we're going to be trying out the viral TikTok cottage cheese cookie dough. Now, I've been seeing this go around TikTok for a long time, but I've just been kind of a bit wary of trying it out. But after seeing one of my favorite TikTokers try it, Shay Click, I'll include her link to her video below. I wanted to try it out as well, so I'll demonstrate the cooking process to you guys here. Into a blender cup, add 8 ounces of cottage cheese, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, splash of vanilla. Blend this up into a creamy consistency. Pour it into a bowl and add 2 scoops of protein powder, adding 1 cup of almond flour and stir to combine. Once your cookie dough forms, add 60 grams of chocolate chips and mix together. All done. Alright, now as you've seen the cooking process, it's very simple and very easy to make. And this is the end result. So this for us makes 2 servings, although you can change the recipe if you want to or whatever like that. But we're gonna try it out and see if it's similar to cookie dough. So it looks like cookie dough to me.
Indeed. Look at that chocolate chip.
Cheers.
That is good stuff.
It is good. It's definitely not exactly like cookie dough, because I've had raw cookie dough before, although I probably shouldn't have, because got eggs in it. But I've never gotten sick from it. But this is actually kind of a close comparison. It's sort of a bit nutty, thanks to the almond flour. But, you also have the vanilla protein powder in there as well. Of course, you can add, whatever protein powder you want. And the maple syrup. Or honey. In this case, I use maple syrup. I definitely don't really taste the cottage cheese, I'll tell you that.
For me, the texture's a little bit off from me a plain old cookie dough, which I did have a lot as a kid. And growing up. And the taste is very, very close. Like, I taste like 95% identical to like plain chocolate chip cookie dough.
Especially after you make this too. If you refrigerate it for a few hours, which is what we did. Because I made it earlier today. It really makes it thicker and more like cookie dough consistency. So this is definitely not a bad take. My personal opinion is I would be curious to see how this would do if you use a different kind of flour maybe, because all these molds that I've seen on TikTok, they use almond flour. Almond flour is almond flour, not for it. I've never really seen people use coconut flour for it, or even just regular flour, but you don't want to deviate too much from the original recipe. But I don't know, this I've been seeing over this TikTok for months. So it's definitely a really popular recipe. I would personally recommend it to you guys. It's healthier than regular cookie dough for sure, higher in protein, and just makes for honestly a good little snack, I feel like. So honestly, if I had to personally rate this, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, if it was definitely more regular cookie dough, I'd probably give it higher, but it's a close comparison.
Now, for me, I love chocolate chip cookie dough.
I know you do.
Well, what they don't know, I know. Let's see. This isn't quite there, but it's really close. So the only question for me is a 9 high enough? I'm giving this at least a 9. Might go up 9.5.
Wow.
I would love to have this on a regular, or at least semi-regular basis.
The only thing that's expensive about this recipe, of course, some almond flour. I don't know if it's a pound or a 2-pound bag, but I can put it here. Walmart is about $5 or $6. So it's definitely something you gotta consider too. That's why I'm mentioning maybe try with another type of flour, maybe coconut flour or something, see how it turns out. But I guess the reason people choose almond flour for this is because it's got kind of a nutty taste to it. So it's made of almonds, it's nuts. It'll be more close to the cookie dough, but everything else is cheap. Of course, maybe not the protein powder, but it depends on kind of the protein powder you get. And I personally recommend vanilla. Of course, you can use any kind of flavor you want. Another the cool flavor, try this with chocolate or something like that. I was maybe a chocolate chip cookie dough. I don't know. Chocolate.
You could have a double chocolate chip.
Double chocolate, because I do like those too. I like chocolate cookies with chocolate chips in it. But yeah, you can play around with this and see how you like it. But honestly, to me, I'd recommend sticking to the original recipe. So this is not a cheap recipe, but if you already got your almond flour and protein powder, you can make multiple servings of this. It lasts for a while. You just need to make sure to buy a container of cottage cheese, and you probably have everything else on hand too, like a chocolate chips, whatever. And that's about it, because like you can get a container of like 60 ounces of cottage cheese for just like $1.98 at Walmart. It's pretty cheap.
I'll simply say this: I'd actually rather have this than the actual cookie. And I do
Wow.
actually like chocolate chip cookies. This is really good. Part of the thing I don't like about chocolate chip cookies so much, and I like chocolate chip cookies in general, don't get me wrong.
I like it too. Like I'd be trying to eat it raw. I used to do that all the time growing up with my mama, and I would eat like the raw dough with it and stuff like that. So just a habit.
Basically, I feel like the dough itself tends to lower in flavor after it's baked, just a little bit. In this, you get the full flavor. Let's say, without like health risks or the fact that it only stays good for like what, an hour, 2 hours tops.
On TikTok today, someone actually tried to bake this stuff, and it kind of worked. I don't understand.
But why would you ruin perfectly good cookie dough?
Exactly. Like, why ruin this? Because this is just fine already as it is, honestly. Really shouldn't change a thing. But if you guys want to try this, you've probably seen it over TikTok or even Instagram, social media, whatever. Give us a shot. Let us know what you think about it below in the comments. And I'm really curious to find out how much y'all like it too, because to me, this is a hit. This is probably like one of the best viral recipes I've tried out from TikTok or Instagram. So give us our thumbs up of approval. So please give it a shot.
Yep, we'll confirm. Like a lot of the viral stuff has been like, it looks great, but then when you try it, it's like been kind of hit or miss. This is definitely a hit. Would highly recommend. Try it.
Anyway, guys, that's all the time we have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have anything else for us to review, please leave it below, and we'll consider it. Also, don't forget to hit that red button below to subscribe, and
hit the bell to receive notifications, and we'll see you folks in the next video.
this is Crystal.
And Charles.
Signing off.
Bye, birdies.
Bye, birdies.